Hello students, I am Ankit Kumar, PGT Economics, here to take class of Economics for 12th standard. The syllabus of Economics for class 12th is divided into three parts. First part is Macroeconomics, which has the weightage of 40 marks. Second part is Indian Economic Development, it also has the weightage of 40 marks. Third part is Project. Weightage of Project is 20 marks. We will start with macroeconomics. This video lesson is regarding introduction of macroeconomics and CBSE syllabus of macroeconomics for class 12th. Let's start. Macroeconomics. The word macro is derived from Greek word makros, meaning large. In the context of macroeconomics, large means aggregate or group of entire economy. Macroeconomics studies the aggregates and averages related to the whole economy. For example, aggregate demand, aggregate supply, national income, general price level, etc. In other words, we can say that it is study of economy as a whole. Macroeconomics is also known as aggregative economics. It focuses on macroeconomic variable. That's why macroeconomics has also been called aggregative economics. It's aimed to determine output and employment level of the economy. Since the subject matter of economics revolves around determination of level of income and employment, it is also known as theory of income and employment. Now we will discuss about the syllabus of macroeconomics for class 12th. Unit-wise content of macroeconomics. First unit is about national income and related aggregates. This unit includes what is macroeconomics, basic concepts of macroeconomics like consumption goods, capital goods, final goods, intermediate goods, stock and flows, gross investment and depreciation. These concepts are very important to decide that income will included or not in national income. Circular flow of income. We will study two sector model only. Methods of calculating national income, value added or product method, expenditure method, income method. Aggregates related to national income, gross national product GNP, net national product NNP, gross and net domestic product GDP and NDP at market price, at factor cost. That means total 8 variables we have to study. GDP at market price, GDP at factor cost, NDP at market price, NDP at factor cost, GNP at market price, GNP at factor cost, NNP at market price, NNP at factor cost. Two more concepts, real GDP and nominal GDP, are also the part of syllabus. Last topic of this unit is GDP and welfare. Second unit is about money and banking. This unit includes meaning of money and supply of money, two components of money supply, currency held by the public and demand deposits held by the commercial banks. Process of money creation by commercial banking system. Central bank and its functions. When we study about the central bank, we have to keep in mind that RBI works as Central Bank of India. Functions which we have to study are bank of issue, government's bank, banker's bank, control of credit through bank rate, CRR, SLR, repo rate and reverse repo rate, open market operations and margin requirements. Third unit is about income and employment. This unit includes aggregate demand and its components, average and marginal propensity to consume and average and marginal propensity to save, short-run equilibrium output, investment multiplier and its mechanism, meaning of full employment and involuntary unemployment, problems of excess demand and deficient demand and measures to correct them, we have to study the steps taken by government regarding government spending, taxes and money supply. Fourth unit is about government budget and the economy. This unit includes meaning of government budget, objectives of the budget and components of the budget. Classification of receipts, revenue receipts, capital receipts. Classification of expenditure, revenue expenditure and capital expenditure. Measures of government deficit or budget deficit, revenue deficit, fiscal deficit and primary deficit. Last fifth unit is about balance of payments or BOP. This unit includes meaning of BOP account, components of BOP account and meaning of balance of payment deficit. Foreign exchange rate, meaning of fixed exchange rate, flexible exchange rate and managed floating exchange rate. Determination of exchange rate in free market. That's all. Thank you.